everybody and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to concentrate on Doctor Who. In case you didn't know, well I certainly didn't know until a month ago or a few weeks ago that Peter Capaldi is leaving Doctor Who and we're going to have a new 13th Doctor. So in honour of this I am going to do a Doctor Who tag and I'm going to ask a question. Well, not a question, but we're going to explain why we need a female doctor. As I'm filming this, it is International Women's Day, so this is recording on the 8th of March 2017, so I'm filming this on International Women's Day because coincidentally we're going to be focusing on the female side of things. So I'm going to start with the why we need a female Doctor Who because I feel this is a very, very important thing. Over the last 15, and also nearly 60 years we've had Doctor Who, there isn't a female doctor and we need one so badly. But I couldn't do it alone, so I've asked you all on social media, so all my pages like Instagram and Twitter, to help me answer your question, and in your own words, why do we need a female doctor? And the answers you've given me were astonishing. Some of them were out of this world. So I'm going to read out the comments that you've made and see how we go from there. We'll probably jump into hang on a minute. I was supposed to have a TARDIS and it drifted off. Typical. How about if we can get a mini little TARDIS? So maybe with the power of my hand we can just go like this. And it's still a phone, not a TARDIS. Oh, drats! Well, can't be helped. So the first tweet comes from Lethal Benzie. I'm really sorry if I get your name wrong. And she comes all the way from Maryland in the USA. So it's nice to see Americans out there who love Doctor Who. And she says, I absolutely loved the Master being portrayed by a woman. What? I didn't know this. I seriously did not know this. Females can be a badass Time Lords as well, aka River Song. Now, I agree with you because most women can be very courageous and very daring, but you wouldn't find that most of them to be damsel in distresses. Honestly, we need more females who are strong and independent and all of that. So we have loads of females that from 2005 onwards that not sort of damsel in distress types, but they have shown to be very brave, very loyal and very independent. Rose Tyler, Martha Jones, Donna Noble, Sarah Jane Smith, you name it. So this tweet comes from Charlotte who says, I think because lots of young girls watch it and it might boost jobs and that of our economy. Now, again, that's a very true comment because when I watched Doctor Who, I was a young girl then and I fell in love with it. And most of my family members who were female watched Doctor Who and they are so in love with the TV show and the character in general. Girls need to have really good role models in order to allow them to become independent, have courage and have all the kindness in the world given not just to themselves but to others as well. And if we do get a female doctor, I hope the actress who plays her will give girls more opportunities to help them become inspired by the actress and to become anything they want to be. Unfortunately, I've only got 3 tweets, so this last one comes from Bailey who says, okay, so about the possibility of a female doctor. I, for one, would be glad to see a female Doctor Who, but I don't want them to be cast only because they're a girl. Allow me to explain. The Doctor has a certain set of mannerisms. traits and a very particular personality that makes them the Doctor. David Tennant was very different from, say, Peter Capaldi, but they both feel the Doctor. So if a female actor can embody the traits that makes the Doctor the character that they are, then by all means let her be the Doctor. But if a male actor can embody the character better, then I'd give it to him. No one should be cast because of their sex, but whether or not they fit the character. Plus, in the show, the Master is now a female in Misty. So, at the moment, the only 2 Time Lords in existence are split. 1 male and 1 female. Would it be interesting to have 2 males or 2 females? I don't think it would, but that's my opinion. Hopefully that's enough to use. Now that was an interesting comment from Bailey. There are so many female actors I can see playing the Doctor, and it will be a massive experience for them, even if they will see a Doctor but in a different gender. Ever since I was younger, I have always wanted a female Doctor Who, and secretly I have always wanted to play the Doctor or one of the companions, but I think that's my imagination when I was a child. Dreams will just be dreams though, and I think there will be a 1 in a millionth chance that it'll ever happen. Also, from watching the male actors playing the Doctor, I can see that they're having fun playing around with the character, and females can actually do that as well. Hopefully that will be a very honest opinion. I don't know if it's the right opinion, but hey, opinions are opinions. It's a free country. So now let's move it alongside to the Doctor Who tag. This only came in at the last minute and I had to squeeze it in because there were only 3 opinions for what was it like if we had a female Doctor. I decided to add a little bit extra thing in because I don't want it to go on its own. I don't know if any other people on YouTube have done the Doctor Who tag before, but if you are very interested in doing the tag, I would say do it. I don't think I will tag anyone because I'm not sure if there are other people or YouTubers I know who are like Doctor Who, but if you want to do the Doctor Who tag, then go for it. I would say go for it. When did you start to become a fan of Doctor Who? I started to become a fan way back in 2005 when the show got a reboost. I saw the trailers of it when I was a little girl and I asked my mum about it one day and she said to me, "Oh, I used to watch that show when it was back in the 60s. And I said to her, "Has it been going on since then?" She said, "Yes, but it stopped in the 1980s because the popularity was at an all-time low," and she asked me if I wanted to watch it with her, and I said, "Okay, I'll give it a try." And since then I have fallen in love with the show, but I stopped watching it when Peter Capaldi became the 12th Doctor. However, since there is going to be news of the new Doctor, Doctor number 13, I'm hoping to rewatch the series again and see what happens. Who is your favourite Doctor? Oh no, who is your favourite Doctor? Please don't make me choose. No. This is a really hard question because minus Peter Capaldi, I love 2 Doctors. And these 2 Doctors are David Tennant and Matt Smith. I love both of them so much. David because he's really funny and very witty, and Matt because he is definitely good looking with a bow tie. Bow ties are cool. But it's really hard because I love both of them and I don't have to choose, but I'm going to have to pick one. But which one? Should I be on Team Tennant or Team Smith? Oh god, this is gonna be hard. Right, I've made my mind up. I'm really sorry, but I am going to go with Team Tennant because David Tennant is my first favourite Doctor and I just can't say no. Who is your favourite companion? Now, I'm going to cheat a little bit and pick 2. And my two favourite companions are Donna Noble and Sarah Jane Smith. The reason why I picked these two was because Donna Noble is the most funniest, lovable companion ever, and Catherine Tate has done a marvellous job with her. As for Sarah Jane Smith, I love her because she's one of the few companions in the early stages of Doctor Who, and proves to be much later that she is very independent, very courageous, adventurous, and very knowledgeable. As well as watching Doctor Who, I also grew up watching the Sarah Jane Adventures, with Sarah Jane Smith as the main character, and with her adopted children, Sky, Luke, and what were the other two? Oh, who were the other two? Three companions. Clyde, Maria, and Rani, that's the one, Rani. I watched the Sarah Jane Adventures right until the very end, when, sadly, Elizabeth Sladen, the actress, tragically passed away with cancer. What is your favourite episode? Partners in Crime. I love this episode so much because it is one of the best Dr. Donna moments. And honestly, David Tennant and Catherine Tate were hilarious in this one, and I still cannot get enough of this episode, and it will always have a special place in my heart. Oh no, I've got another favourite episode too. Oh, what was it? The 50th anniversary episode! I can also remember that on the day the 50th anniversary episode was on the television screens, I actually went to see it in the cinema with a friend, and it has been the most wonderful cinematic experiences I've ever had, and I will never ever forget it, because it will go down in history for me as Cez's favourite memory moments. What is your least favourite episode? Well, my least favourite episode, I'm going to have to say, is the first ever one back in 2005 with Christopher Eccleston as the Doctor. The reason why I don't like the very first episode as much was because I really didn't understand what was going on. I didn't understand what a Time Lord was and all of that, and it took me a while just to warm up to it a little bit, but by episode number 2 I said, yep, I'm a Whoverian. Who is your least favourite companion? Now, I haven't really seen the companion lately, but I'm not sure if I want to say that she's my least favourite companion, because I haven't really seen the episodes yet since a long time ago, as I mentioned. But overall, I don't have a least favourite companion. Who is your least favourite Doctor? I'm sorry I'm going to have to say this, but my least favourite Doctor is Peter Capaldi. When Matt Smith left, I was very excited to see Peter Capaldi as a Doctor, but after a few episodes, I really didn't warm up to him. And that was one of the reasons that put me off watching Doctor Who. But everyone has different opinions, and I'm sure most people could say, oh, Peter Capaldi's a brilliant Doctor, but for me, he's not the right Doctor. Oh, this is a good question. If you are given a chance to become a companion, what kind of companion would you be? This is kind of a tricky one, because I would also love to be a companion on Doctor Who, and if I was to become one, I would be very cheeky, very adventurous, a bit of a nosy Parker, someone who loves to read, someone who's fascinated with history, and someone who isn't afraid to be herself and to show others to prove themselves wrong just because this person has a disability or several disabilities. Being an independent companion would be amazing. And I'm not sure if we had a companion yet who had some disabilities, like being in a wheelchair or having autism, but that would be fantastic if it did happen. And honestly, they can actually be really good role models for like anyone, and if I was to be in their shoes, I would happily go along with the ride and just show the world that there is more to life than just being in a wheelchair or just being an autistic and epileptic woman. Plus, I want my own screwdriver. Who's your favourite monster? My favourite monster has to be the Weeping Angels. They terrify the living daylights out of me, and every time I see them, especially with the strobe lights, they always make me jump. Will they ever stop scaring me? No, I don't think so. Who is your worst monster? I have to say that my worst monster is the Daleks. I know the Daleks can be very, very terrifying, but they don't scare me, and they don't really give me the shock factor when they exterminate people. There's a more softer side to them, and it's good in a way, and I like that, but I think if you want to have really great monsters on Doctor Who, you have to like properly scare people, and that really didn't work for me. Now, this last question I have added myself because there were not many questions with the tag, so I thought I might just slip in a cheeky little question. So my question that I've made up for the tag says, who would be your future actor to play the Doctor? Again, since this is like relevant to a female actor playing the Doctor, I would say that my future dream actor to play the Doctor would either have to be Dame Helen Mirren or one of the actresses from Downton Abbey, Sophie McShearer. I don't know if I got her name wrong, but hey ho, never mind. Those female actors, in my opinion, will be amazing female Doctors. However, if I had to choose a male actor to play the Doctor, as like the future actor, I would probably have to go with Rupert Grint. And there's two reasons why. Because Rupert is so funny and he has like charm and wits and humour like David had when he was playing the 10th Doctor. And also, we need a Doctor who has ginger hair. David Tennant, the 10th Doctor, always wanted to have ginger hair. And I guess you could say that if they didn't have, the Doctor didn't have ginger hair, he would stomp into a tantrum and close the cupboard door behind him. Oh dear, that was rude. Imagine that. Rude and not ginger. And there we go, that was my Doctor Who video. I really, really hope you enjoyed it. I had so much fun filming this as well. And if you want to do the tag, I will leave the questions in the description box below. Oh, and before I go, I want to ask you this question. Who are your favourite Doctors, companions, episodes, and which female actor would you like to see playing the Doctor? Or male actor who would like to play the Doctor? I would love to hear and read your opinions about it, and it'll be so interesting to see what other people think about Doctor Who. So I hope you enjoyed this. Oh no, I've forgotten one thing, haven't I? Yes. So one thing I forgot to do is this video's Marchout Shoutout. So if you're new to this channel and you don't know what Marchout Shoutout is, it's a tiny thing that I'm going to put at the end of each video in March, where I will shout out a YouTuber who has been following and supporting me on my channel, and I have supported them in the process as well. However, I will not be shouting out to those who are asking me to give them a shout out because I don't want to be nagged into it. So this video's Marchout Shoutout goes to two amazing YouTubers, Kesla Blogs, aka Kerry, and Amy Lodge. Both of them are amazing YouTubers and they do a lot of stuff, including vlogs, makeup tutorials, challenges, questionnaires, the whole lot. And Amy also does Disney vlogs as well. So she has her own channel where she uploads anything that's Disney themed. And speaking of Disney themed, I'm going to squeeze in one more YouTuber's name, and his name is Eric Patrick Carlson. I love his videos so much, and all he does in his videos is go around Disneyland in Florida, and he has like interaction one-to-ones with the Disney characters, and he goes to different places, so anything new that's happening in Disneyland, he's always first on the scene, and anything outside of Disneyland, he will find some places that are still Disney themed, including one of his recent videos about looking around the Beauty and the Beast costumes. So these are my 3 YouTubers, and I'll leave their links in the description box below, and go and subscribe to them because it will really make their day. If you do, tell them Says had sent you. So I hope you enjoyed this video, finally, I can say that now. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, don't forget to subscribe and the notification bell for more future videos, and I'll catch you very soon. Goodbye!